One of the most prolific artists of the 21st century regrettably passed away at the beginning of the month, and his death was publicly announced this past Friday the 8th. Akira Toriyama, the creator of, well, most prolifically, the Dragon Ball franchise. Dr. Slump, obviously, several video games that are out there. Okay, the Chronos. You heard of a little game called Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Blue Dragon, all of those games, okay, for my money, and I don't think that this is the hottest take at all. It's probably about as tepid as it gets. Without Akira Toriyama, manga, anime is not nearly as big as it is in the West. And he's the man that you can point at specifically for creating the weeb pipeline, for better or for worse. And I'm not somebody who grew up watching Dragon Ball, even though I'm, of that demographic. Just turned 34 over the weekend. I should have grown up with Dragon Ball, and frankly, I missed all of Z. I had some friends who watched some of it. In Canada, it was a little bit different. We didn't have Toonami, Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, and all that stuff. We had to maybe catch a couple of syndicated episodes on YTV, some other places as well, and, well, I have watched all of Dragon Ball Z. I didn't do that until I was in college or something. I think it was in college, so I was like in my early 20s. First went through the entirety of Dragon Ball Z, and now I can take a look at my media shelf and see everything from the original Dragon Ball through Dragon Ball Z, through all of Super, all the movies, everything. I love the franchise. I think that it's a great story. I've filled in the gaps, and no, this isn't rose-tinted glasses or anything like that, because I've seen it well out of the prime age that a lot of people were influenced by Toriyama's work, and quite frankly, I can just simply assess it as being, the great piece of work that it absolutely is and always will be. So even though he passed away relatively young at 68, I remember seeing the news and it's like, wow, that's super young, from a reported acute subdural hematoma, so he had brain bleeding. Man, some people pass away from stuff like that, and other people would go on to assume the presidency about a decade and a half later. Tragic. In a moment that truly no fan ever really fathomed would come, famed Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama has passed on to another world, of course. Yeah, showing the panels from, the end of the Cell Saga. Probably when I know, and again, another tepid take, probably when Dragon Ball Z should have ended at the end of the conclusion of the Cell Saga, if not for outside forces prodding Akira Toriyama to just, continue his best-selling manga at the time. But anyways, another topic for another time. In the news, the famed mangaka's passing was first broken on March 7th. 7th in the evening. It is just everybody was talking about it on the 8th. My mistake. On the official Dragon Ball website, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away March 1st due to an acute subdural hematoma. The news update, co-authored between the Dragon Quest co-creators, own a Bird Studio. Oh, right, yeah, Dragon Quest as well. And he was arguably, for my generation, probably one of the most important authors, if not the most, especially when it comes to influence. But yeah, okay. And newly founded entity in charge of the Dragon Ball IP, Capsule Corp. Yes, Tokyo. Oh, interesting. And yeah, also, the Dragon Ball legacy is going to continue on through his protege, who's writing, the Super manga that's continuing on. Some of that stuff from the high-level recaps that I'm seeing, it's like the Moro stuff looked like that went pretty well. Not too sure what happened with the granola stuff. That's Dragon Ball. They all have weird names. Don't worry about it. A lot of that stuff seems pretty cool. Seems to be up to the high standard that Toriyama set way back in the day. Yeah, we hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creations continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you of this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Yeah, exactly. He's one of those guys, man, and this is why it was felt so deeply by so many people. His influence being as wide-reaching as it is, and for nobody outside of, well, maybe just critiques of his work, not having any cross words to say about him, and he didn't have any cross words to say about anybody, which makes him so special, and why so many people were so deeply affected. We could continue to go through, his laundry list of accomplishments, but this video would be a heck of a lot longer than it already is going to be. That wouldn't even come close, even if I were to double or triple this video in length. But what I wanted to focus on was the opposite of the outpouring of support. We're just going to take a look at a lot of these hacks that are out there, and well, them feeling the wrath right quick, because there's something that you should know about the internet. Okay, one, it doesn't forget, and two, to take anime very seriously. So Hirohei, popular YouTube and anime personality, okay, cataloging a few different people, okay, coming out within hours of the announcement of Toriyama's passing. Y'all saying rest in power for a man who literally designed this racist-ass character design, showing Mr. Popo, not understanding that Popo was inspired by, I do believe, a Hindu god. But yeah, no, you just see a black face and you immediately attribute racism. But, well, I could roast this Buster Keaton idiot who has gone on, like everybody else pictured here, to protect their tweets or have it completely shut down like Sakamoto. Toriyama did not create, invent, or revolutionize anime or manga. Stop giving the man credit for everything. My favorite series would have existed with or without him. Yeah, you're talking about somebody who's at least in the conversation for revolutionizing an entire industry, and you're trying to make it about you. I can see why you deleted your account. Rip to him, but stop hyping that MFer up. Thank you. Togashi is the actual I have no idea who that is. Maybe it's a prolific guy, and again, you know, not trying to run afoul of the internet rule of dissing manga. It's just Toriyama's known around the world. No shade to Togashi, that guy do. But we don't know why that account got closed down, but we know exactly why Buster Keaton decided to protect all of those posts, because shout out to Daquan, Wiltshire, for absolutely putting this piece of work on full blast, okay? This guy's hilarious, by the way. If you don't know who he is, you know, you need to become apprised of himself, because one of the funniest guys going anyways.
So tell me why I'm scrolling through Twitter, right? And I see this tweet come across my timeline that says,
all right,
y'all are saying rest in power for a man who literally designed this racist-ass character design.
Yep, there's Mr. Popo in the full right there. In case you don't know, in case you haven't seen Dragon Ball, in case you haven't seen memes on the internet, if you haven't seen DBZ Abridged, for as crazy as those creators have got, you know, what they did for Mr. Popo. If you know, you know, and if you don't, there you go, a little bit more homework for you.
Now, we all watch Dragon Ball Z, so we've seen Mr. Popo before, but I can understand why this person got mad, because this nigga looks like it. Look at this nigga. I can't believe this nigga chose to disrespect Akira Toriyama on the day of his death.
Oh, Lord.
Well, since you want to send Akira Toriyama off with that, let's see if we can send you off with this. Nigga, if you don't get your big ass Bridget from Trolls, Rage, Shinron, Elder Guru, Majin Buu, Fat Gotenks, Hoggers, Greedly, Janemba, Black Yajirobe, Luffy, Get Full, Tank Man, Grimace, Queen, Big Mom, Gloria from Madagascar, PJ from a Goofy movie, Grow Sister, Rasputia, Steel from Juice, Faison Love, Big X the Plug. Look at this fat ass nigga. Fat nigga from 8 Mile. Built ass. The fuck up out of here.
Yo, what the fuck? Now you know why the tweets are protected. Yo, we just got absolutely cooked. But yo, man, if you look like this, like, why do you have so many selfies? Why do you got so many pictures on the internet? Okay, that makes absolutely no sense. But as you can see from the collage right here, I left one out because it's very important. You can't really see it there all that well, okay? We can go ahead and bring it up. We can bring it up real big for everyone. That would be one, Kiss Kindred. Toriyama gave us the best and worst black characters in anime in the same series. It took range to do that, and then got the account suspended, which is kind of strange. I don't know why that specific tweet would end up getting somebody suspended, but as Yellow Flash points out, and as many people have also noted in Chris Kindred's bio, very proudly a member of Sweet Baby Inc. You can't make this stuff up, man. It's all circular. It's everywhere at once. Pile of trash mocks Toriyama right after the announcement of his death and gets a dose of karma. You do, in fact, love to see it. Just the fact now that Sweet Baby Inc. manages to find new and interesting ways to continue to dig its own grave, even at the expense of somebody who has, in fact, recently passed. Like to see it. Love the response. And it's all in service of one of the greatest men who have ever picked up a pencil. So yes, rest in peace to Toriyama. Thoughts and prayers to his family. The legacy of Dragon Ball and all of his great works will continue on into the future. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.